In this video, we will add Swagger in a .NET Core project for API testing, and we will enable token-based authentication in a Swagger. We were using Postman for testing API so far. Postman is an application used for testing API, but Postman does not provide any information about endpoints. For example, no information about request body and no information about response model of this request. This is where Swagger comes in. Swagger is a library which is used for API testing. Swagger is a standard way to provide specifications for endpoints. It allows us to understand the capabilities of REST API without direct access to the source code. Swagger reduces the amount of time needed to accurately document a service, and it's helpful for automation testing. Now we will implement Swagger in our .NET Core project. I'm on NuGet package website. Here I will search swashbuckle.asp.NET Core, press enter and click on the first one. So .NET CLI tab should be selected, this one. Click on a copy button, open terminal and paste here and remove the version. We will go with stable version. So this command will install this package. So this package has been installed. There are three main components of Swashbuckle. First one is Swagger generator. It builds Swagger document objects directly from your controllers, routes, and models. We add Swagger generator to the services collection in the startup.configure services method. Now we will add Swagger generator in a configure services method. Here I added services.add_swagger_gen and in lambda expression c.swagger_doc. First parameter is version. Here I pass v1 and second is object of OpenAPI info and I initialize with title. This is my project name. .NET Claim Authorization version is v1. So I have added first component of Swashbuckle. Second component of Swashbuckle is Swagger and third one is Swagger UI. And we use this component as a middleware. App.useSwagger method enable the middleware to serve generated Swagger as a JSON endpoint. App.useSwagger UI enable the middleware to serve Swagger UI and specifying the Swagger JSON endpoint. Now we will implement these two components in a configure method. First component Swagger app.useSwagger. We just have to call this method. And third component app.useSwagger UI. In this component, we have to define endpoint in a lambda expression c.swagger endpoint. We have to give here JSON endpoint slash swagger slash v1 slash swagger.json. Second parameter is a name and this will be appear as a description. So I will add here my API. So we have implemented Swagger in our .NET Core project. Now we will test. Open terminal. .NET run. This command will run the application. Copy this URL. Localhost 5001. Paste in the browser /swagger/index.html and you will see this UI. We can see all the endpoints of our application like register user, get all user, and we can also see the binding model. Postman don't provide this type of information and we can also test this API. Try it out. To test this API, click on execute button. We receive 401 response, means unauthorized. Now we will enable token-based authentication in Swagger so we can send token with API requests. In lambda expression, c.add security requirement definition. First parameter will be bearer and second open API security scheme. Initialize this class with following information. In parameter location is header. Description, you can add any description. Please enter token. And third, name, authorization, and type. Security scheme type is HTTP, and barrel format is JWT, and scheme is barrel. And second thing, you have to add c.add security requirement and pass new OpenAPI security requirement and initialize with this object new OpenAPI security scheme, and here pass reference and initialize with new OpenAPI reference type is security scheme, and ID is barrel. Second parameter is new empty string array. So we have configured token-based authentication in a Swagger. Open terminal and start the application. We will test this thing. .NET Run. Refresh the page and you will see authorize button. Here you can see first we will get token from login request. Click on try it out, and here I will paste the email and password. This is the email and password, and click on execute button, and here you will see information of user, and I will copy the token. If I try get all user requests, and you will see 401 error, and here you can see 401 error. This is because we didn't send token, and click on authorize and paste here token. So now I will try this API request. Click on try it out, and if I click execute, this is the header and Swagger passed the token in header. This is a success response from server, and we can see the user list. Now we will modify some information on a page, like we will change the title and add the description. New title of project .NET Core 5, and we will add description, and here we can add links like privacy policy and other link. Description, this is the description. Start the application and we will see these changes. Refresh the page and you can see this is a new title and description. Now we will enable XML comments in a Swagger, and these comments are helpful in a Swagger, like these comments tell us about API request. To enable XML comments, you have to perform two steps. Step 1, paste these three lines in a project.csproc file. Generate documentation file set true, and second line will disable the warning, because when you don't add comments on a method, it show warning. You can disable like this. If you are using Visual Studio, perform this step. Add these line in a services at Swagger Gen, and it will create XML file. We have configured XML comments in a Swagger. Now we will add comments. Use / to add comments. We can show summary about this method and add summary tag. Here I will add summary. Get all user from database and start the application, and we will test this thing. Start the application, refresh the page, and you can see the comments on get all user API. And this is a list of XML comments, and you can apply these comments on API method. These are the advantages of using Swagger over Postman. Thank you.